Hello, travelers and monster catchers abound. I'm Stella Ferris, and you've crash landed on the Monster Catchers Journal podcast. Today's journey takes us high into the shimmering peaks of Nibiru, where a creature of legend, light, and legacy awaits. This isn't just any glyph story. This is the story of Ignazura, the prismatic tiger of the peaks, said to have been born when a beam of light struck the world and fused two powerful stones, one ruby red, the other sapphire blue. Where they collided, the mountain cracked and shimmered and formed the crevice. Emerged a creature more radiant than a rainbow in starlight. Ignazura isn't just rare, he's mythic. There are only 4 in known existence, and today we're chasing one. So how do you catch a living jewel? Well, according to the Luon Academy's glyph tracker records, Ignazura was last spotted near the Glassstone Caves. It's a high-altitude region of Nibiru where gemstones cluster, actually forming naturally, or form magically, depending on who you ask. Glassstone isn't just beautiful, it's dangerous. Think sheer drops, gemquakes, unstable bridges, and occasional crystal storms. So naturally, I grabbed some snacks and climbed into the hovercraft with Zena and Luna. Luna was already cuddling with Mirno, her sleepy aquatic glyph. Meanwhile, Zena, she was determined. She'd read everything she could about Ignazura and decided without telling me that this would be her glyph. So do you even know how we're going to catch Ignazura? I never really have a plan. I just wing it and hope for the best. Yeah, well this time we might want a real plan. This isn't just some marshmallow puff glyph. There are 4 in existence, only 4. It's the strongest of the gemstone class. The trail was dusted in gem fragments that sparkled in the sunlight. It twisted around cliffside shelves and through jagged tunnels of quartz and obsidian. Every turn felt like walking inside a geode. We passed crystalline wolves, glowing beetles, and even a quick glimpse of a dazzling fang, an ultra-rare illusion glyph that vanished before we could blink. But we were focused. We reached a wide plateau known as the Glass Heart. The ground was smooth as a mirror and pulsing faintly from deep beneath. That's when we heard it, a low roar that echoed through the mountains and shook the gem walls around us. Ignazura has arrived. They're in the ridge. It's so bright. He's transparent, like stained glass, but alive. Ignazura stood 10 feet tall, his sapphire body rippling with glowing red stripes. His eyes were like twin rubies, and every step he took left a trail of sparkling dust. Zena stepped forward slowly, no sudden movements. I'm not here to trap you. I'm here to earn your trust. I felt it then, a test. Ignazura wasn't just going to let us catch him. We had to prove we were worthy, and suddenly the mountain itself came alive. Gemstone shards lifted from the ground, spinning in the air. A wave of smaller wild glyphs emerged, guardians of the glass-stained caves. We were in for a battle. I summoned Shadowclaw. Luna called in Mirno. Zena, still glyphless, used a shimmering trap. We'd packed just in case. It wouldn't capture Ignazura, but it could create a moment of stillness. The fight was fierce. Crystal wolves lunged, obsidian sprites darted and flashed. But we worked in sync, dodging, defending, and outsmarting. Zena now, I shouted. In that heartbeat, Ignazura stood still, watching her and Zena. She didn't throw a trap, she bowed. I'm not here to bind you. I'm here to learn, grow with you. It touched her head with its nose, and the glyph she'd been wearing, one carved from crystal and other stones, and just like that, a bond was formed. Zena caught Ignazura, not through force, but through respect. It was beautiful, and honestly a reminder that not every battle is won with power. Some are won with hearts. So what's next for us? With Ignazura now part of the team, we've got more mythical glyphs to uncover, more corners of Nibiru to explore, and more lessons to learn. Until then, we'll be fine. Oh no, I just realized something. Oh, just as the bond was sealed and the mountain began to calm, the wind picked up. With it came the unmistakable hum of a hovercraft. I turned and felt my stomach twist. I knew it was him. It was our teacher, Professor Orion. What have you done? Professor Orion? What are you doing all the way out here? I told the Academy to lock this region. Ignazura isn't a glyph to be caught by students on joyrides. I didn't catch him. He chose me. You think that excuses this? There were only 4, and you bonded with one, like it's a pet project. You don't understand what you've done. She didn't trap him. She earned his trust. Isn't that what being a glyph catcher is about? No, it's about responsibility. Ignazura isn't just rare. He's volatile, ancient, and tied to forces you can't even begin to understand. Orion shouted. I understand more than you think, and you won't give him up. She says, I understand more than you think, and I won't give him up. You may have started something you can't stop. Don't you get that, Zena? He left without another word. The tension still hung in the air like static. But Zena stood tall, Ignazura glowing gently beside her. Maybe Orion was right. Maybe we didn't know everything. But what I did know, we weren't going to back down. That was intense. He's never looked at us like that before. He's hiding something. He knew more about Ignazura than he let on. You heard what he said. Volatile, ancient, tied to forces? What does that even mean? Whatever it is, he's scared, not of us, but of what the glyphs might unlock. Did it just pulse like a beacon? We stood in silence, the glowing tiger at our side, emitting a rhythm like a heartbeat or, no, a signal? A call? And then Zena found it. A shard embedded under Ignazura's gemstone fur, hidden beneath his shoulder, just under the outer sapphire layer, was a piece of tech, old, dusty, and marked with the Luan Academy seal. What is this? It's cracked, like it was out inside him for years. That's not just Academy tech, that's experimental tracking tech. Orion must have implanted it in the last time Ignazura was spotted. Wait, does that mean Orion already had him once? Or worse, he made him? We didn't say much after that. We packed up, climbed back into the hovercraft, and began the ride back to the sanctuary, talking about how we would need to go and find the next ice cream shop so we could get our next upgrade for our glyphs. Zena sat with Ignazura the whole time, gently brushing gem dust from his coat. It was calm now, but something deep in me knew this wasn't over. If Orion had created or experimented on Ignazura, what else is he hiding? Why was he so desperate to keep this glyph under wraps? And more importantly, what ancient force did he just unleash? We've got more questions than answers now, and I have a feeling the next glyph we track might be connected to something far more dangerous than anything we've faced before. When we returned to the Luan Academy, it felt like stepping into a dream. Students whispered, professors stared, and even the sky over the spires seemed to hold its breath. Zena had done the impossible. She bonded with Ignazura, the gemstone tiger only spoken of in glyph mythology. But instead of praise, we were met with silence still, and suspicion. Why are they all staring like we lit the library on fire? Because they don't know if we're legends or time bombs. Let them stare. I'm not hiding what I did. Classes resumed. Lessons on glyph resonance, field tactics, celestial energy patterns all resumed, but every word felt like static. Even Professor Orion hadn't shown up since our confrontation, and that silence, it was louder than any roar Ignazura ever made. Then it started. It came during glyph meditation class. The lights flickered. Our glyphids stirred, uneasy and blue below us. The vault whispered. Remain seated, everyone. It's just a quake, probably a tremor from the mines. That wasn't a quake. That was calling. Ignazura's been tense all day. He's pacing, watching the ground. Do you think the vault Orion warned us about is waking up? I think it's already has, Zena said. Is that a map? It was an ancient map of the academy grounds, but overlaid with a symbol none of us had ever seen before. The second campus below the school, rooms, halls, and at the very bottom, a pulsating circle labeled only as Echo. The Vault of Echoes. We have to go. We just got back, and you want to drive into a forbidden crypt under the school? She's right. Whatever's down there isn't waiting for permission. We gathered what we could. Lights, gear, backup glyphids. We slipped out past curfew and into the lower halls below the restricted archives. The air grew colder with every level. The stone turned to obsidian. The walls hummed. Then we found the first guardian. It was a normal glyph. It was a forgotten one. A beast made of fractured mask and tangled black wires. Its mouth stitched shut. Eyes like hollow voids. Stars. What is that? Something that was sealed for a reason. Ignazura shielded them. Ignazura burst forward, shining like a star. Trapped in a cage of sapphire, the creature hissed, spitting in two, each half attacking wildly. Splitting in two, half attacking wildly. Shadowclaw and Mirno joined in. Sparks flew, acid splashed, glyph energy clashed in the dark. These aren't guardians, these are prisoners. The vault wasn't just for evil glyphs, it was a tomb for experiments. Then someone built this vault and filled it with mistakes. One thing's for sure, the vault is waking up and now it knows we're here. We barely made it out. The walls began to pulse louder, the voices closer. The Vault of Echoes is a living thing, and someone or something wants out. We should have gone back up to the school. That's the truth. We could have walked away after Ignazura bonded with Zena, after we saw Orion's secret lab, after we heard the vault begin to whisper, but we didn't. We followed the map, we fought the forgotten glyph, and now the vault is awake, and something in it knows our name. Okay, that thing was not in any glyph decks I've ever read. It was meant to be. That was a failure someone buried, not a glyph. Something else, Zena, we need answers. Real ones. Not from books, not from Orion, from someone who was there. You and Luna have to agree, don't you? The legend says the vault was built by the first generation of glyph catchers after the Stellar War. If anyone's still alive from the time, they'd have to be ancient. Not anyone, something. I read about it once. A creature, sealed below the foundation of the academy itself. Not as a prisoner, but as a witness. You're talking about the Echo Warden. The Echo Warden's a glyph, if you can call it that, said to be forged from memory itself, the last remnant of the first flame, bound in chains of silence, cursed to remember every glyph that was ever created, and every one that was destroyed. it's real, it's older than the vault, older than the academy, and it's our only shot at the truth. How much deeper can this thing go? Far enough to reach history no one wants us to find. It's reacting to him. He's the key. The echo chamber wasn't just a room, it was a mind. A mind of its own. The walls rippled with memories, floating glyphs, battles from before we were born, voices repeating themselves like broken records. In the center it waited. I see you, stargazers, thieves of time, children of ignorance. What are you? I am memory. I am the shadow of truth that could not be burned away. I am Echo. We came for answers. What is the vault? Why is Ignazura so important? What is Orion hiding from us? You seek fire and cry when it burns. But so be it, witness. So, my mother knew. She tried to stop them. That's why she disappeared. Zena said, as pictures were painted of her mother and the other people getting her killed because they wouldn't listen to what she had to say. She paid the price for memory, as will you. Suddenly, the Echo Warden's form shifts, no longer passive, a tall-robed figure of flowing sawdust and crumbling glyph fragments, its chains rattling free. It's unstable. Get ready. Final battle. So, we did do a final battle, with this thing, but anyways, it's like fighting every glyph that's ever existed, Luna said. No, it's like fighting the regret of the world. Ignazura, let's burn this past. Ignazura unleashes a move. Prism Howl. A piercing cry that refracts light into every direction, shattering illusion glyphs, disrupting memory echoes. You are not a child. You are keys. Keys to what should not be opened. When the second lock breaks, the veil will fall and he will rise. Cadron. That's a name, but whose? We left the echo chamber changed. Zena with new questions about her mother. Me with a name I couldn't stop repeating. In the vault. The vault was just the first door. The real danger was waiting just beyond it. We emerged from the echo chamber, shaken, covered in glyph dust and fractured memory energy. Ignazura limps beside Zena, dim but still pulsing with radiant energy. I thought we weren't going to survive that. What even was the Echo Warden? Luna asked. A memory, a warning, a seal, and we broke it. My mother's name was on one of those files in Orion's lab. And now this? She knew? She knew what Ignazura was locking away? What else has Orion been keeping from us? Orion walks up coldly staring at us. We whip around as Professor Orion steps from the shadows. Behind him, a squad of advanced glyph catchers in full academy armor, his personal guards. You followed us? I led you here, Orion said. Then why act surprised when we find out the truth? You lied about everything. You said Ignazura was dangerous. You said the vault was sealed for safety. But it was your lab, your glyphs, your tracking chip inside it. Him. I told you the vault held danger. You decided to knock, Orion said, raising his hands calmly. What's Cadron? Who is the warden really protecting us from? You're meddling with things far beyond your place in the glyph hierarchy. Students weren't meant to enter the echo chamber, and she... She, what? Was never supposed to awaken Ignazura. Why? Because he's too powerful? Or because he was built by my mother, your sister? Because I already lost her to this madness. Zena, I won't lose you too. You're my uncle? Zena shouted. Orion stepped back, realizing his mistake. That wasn't how I planned to tell you. You've been lying to her this whole time? Teaching her, testing her, watching her awaken a glyph you knew would link her to her family. You used me, Zena said in quiet betrayal. I was trying to protect you. The path your mother chose was dangerous. She gave her life to keep the vault sealed. If you keep digging, Orion pleaded, then I'll keep digging. I want the truth, not your secrets. Zena cut him off, tearful but fierce. Then I'm sorry, Zena, but you've left me no choice, Orion said, summoning a glyph, a hulking obsidian falcon with blades for wings. Me and Luna summon our glyphs as well, Ignazura and Orbeek. Contain them. Do not let them reach Kadrin. If he awakens, everything falls apart. You lied to me. You buried my mother's legacy. You're not protecting anyone. You're just afraid of the truth. Zena shouted. I wanted to keep you safe. I never wanted you to become like her. I am like her, and I won't run from that. Ignazura and Shadowclaw and Orbeek strike together, disabling Orion's falcon glyph. The battle ended, and the room was smoking. Orion kneeled in defeat. So what now? There are worse things than me beneath this planet. You think I'm the villain? Wait until Kadrin wakes. Then we'll face him, and we won't be alone, Zena shouted. The vault is deeper than any of us knew. Orion may have stood in our way, but the true battle has yet to begin. Somewhere beneath the crust of Nibiru, Kadrin waits. And whatever he is, he remembers us. Next time on the Monster Catcher's Journal, we follow the final coordinates left by the Echo Warden, deep beneath the molten canyons of the planet's crust, a ruin older than the Academy itself, hums with life. And in its center, Kadrin stirs. Till then, keep your glyphits close, because history doesn't repeat itself doesn't just repeat sometimes it fights back. Oh, and also, I have a friend that's from Earth that really, really, really would love if you guys would go over to Kickstarter and support their claymation that they're trying to make that is called Haunted Cypress. And with that, I hope that the astral gods shine their beautiful light down on you. For now, I bid you adieu. This is Stella Ferris signing off.